Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Rob of Ro2R Review. Welcome back to the channel. And today I want to have a pretty serious and potentially risky conversation about Nintendo Directs, because Nintendo Directs are all the rage right now, and they are definitely the topic of conversation online and on Twitter and on YouTube, specifically this past week, because of some rumors and some supposed, quote, leaks about a Nintendo Direct that was supposed to happen on April 11th, and that just happens to be today. So it's a very curious situation that we're in. An entity known as Gaming Intel supposedly leaked a Nintendo Direct that, again, was supposed to happen on April 11th, which, like I said, is today, and there is no Nintendo Direct today. So clearly, whatever Gaming Intel thought they knew turned out to not be true, and they started a firestorm of the typical kinds of conversations about a Nintendo Direct is coming, let's do predictions, there's a leak, there's a rumor, is it going to be true, and let's predict a Nintendo Direct because it's 2 months before E3, and so what are they going to show? And a lot of people on YouTube and Twitter talking about the same thing. In fact, if I had time, I very likely would have made a video as well on that same topic. But of course, this round I actually didn't. I didn't discuss this at all on YouTube. And in the wake of that, and then in the wake of the fact that we don't seem to have a Nintendo Direct, that's where a crazy conversation has happened, and there seems to be a strange amount of backlash to the whole idea of Nintendo Directs, and people who want and enjoy Nintendo Directs, and people who theorize and predict them, the fact that sometimes leaks and rumors go out and then they turn out not to be true, and all this hype and hubbub about Nintendo Directs. And people see this as a very, very negative thing, which I do understand, and so I kind of want to dissect this a little bit and discuss what I think is the Nintendo Direct problem. So, to further elaborate on what I see as the Nintendo Direct problem, we're in this weird situation and in this very strange but kind of exciting culture, right now at least, where people love Nintendo Directs. You know, I discussed on a video a couple of months ago how Nintendo Directs have gone through this weird sort of maturity over the years, the 7, 8, 9 years or whatever since Nintendo started doing them, where initially people weren't that excited about them. They very rarely seemed to enjoy them. In the first couple of years, Nintendo was figuring out their format, figuring out their messaging, and how and when and why they wanted to deliver them, and a lot of times they didn't really have some of the best or biggest information. And when they were brand new, in their early years, people always expected the most crazy E3 blowout type of information every single time. Nintendo would rarely give us that, which makes sense, to be fair, and so people were constantly disappointed by them. Every time a Nintendo Direct came around, people were disappointed with them, and everyone made fun of Nintendo and made fun of Nintendo Directs. Hey, these are just a big waste of time, Nintendo, what are you doing? And nowadays, though, you fast forward to the past 2 or 3 years, and we're in this crazy cool time where everyone loves them, and Nintendo usually knocks them out of the park, or at least does a pretty decent Nintendo Direct, and people always want them. They're excited for the next one. A lot of people get anxious and nervous and crazy when we haven't seen one for a while, and they don't know what to do with themselves because, oh my god, Nintendo hasn't had a Nintendo Direct. And overall, it's just weird. We're just seeing a situation where people want Nintendo Directs as opposed to when people used to make fun of them a long, long time ago. And personally, I mean, I can't not see that as a great thing. I'm sure most of you guys would agree. That's a good thing. I mean, what a change for Nintendo when you look at them in the Wii U years when they struggled and Nintendo Directs weren't exciting and people were making fun of them, to Nintendo having great marketing, a great successful console, and everyone can't wait for a Nintendo Direct. People can't go 2 freaking minutes without wanting another Nintendo Direct. And I think because we live in this time and we live in this current culture where people can't wait to get the next Nintendo Direct, other people, other entities, other websites and YouTubers, and I'm not calling anyone out, by the way, but all of these other people, they have now realized that they could take advantage of that, and they can maybe start rumors and leaks. Sometimes I'm sure that they are true or they think they're true, and then other times they probably know they're not true and they're purposefully lying. But now they're like, I can just put this out there and say, ooh, there's a Nintendo Direct on, you know, March 42nd, and people's going to start losing their mind and making videos and tweeting about it, and they feel like they got to start that conversation, and they feel great about it because people want Nintendo Directs, so all of the rumors and leaks about them get traction. People talk about them, people get excited, and again, I'm putting myself in this camp. I have no reason to pretend like I haven't gotten excited about Nintendo Directs, or when I hear a rumor that feels pretty legit about a Nintendo Direct, that I haven't discussed it as well. I think the last time was probably in January this year, just a few months ago, because everyone expected a Nintendo Direct in January. I did as well, and I made my own prediction video. Many other YouTubers did, and I did as well, saying, hey, I think we might get one this month, and so what would we expect to see? And we didn't get one in January. We ended up getting one in February instead. And, you know, so I feel like we just are in this situation where the hype is real and people are taking advantage of it. And it's created this cycle. And now, specifically with this current one, the one that came from Gaming Intel, where they said there's a leak about a Nintendo Direct that was going to happen today. And the fact that so many people discussed it. Again, I did not discuss it, but I very likely would have if I had time. Now everyone's pushing back, and it started this weird firestorm. Just this one Nintendo Direct and this one leak and rumor has made it so people are just totally upset about the fact that anyone wants Nintendo Directs. You should never get excited. You should never talk about them on your channel or on Twitter if it's not confirmed fact. If there's a rumor or a leak, how dare you be so thirsty for a Nintendo Direct? And it's just created this weird backlash, and people are saying you shouldn't trust anyone, you shouldn't discuss it until you know it's real, yada, yada, yada. And I mean, you know me, when I discuss a situation or a topic, it's because there are truths on both sides. No one is completely right and no one is completely wrong. I just find it curious that this is the Nintendo Direct that broke the frickin' Nintendo community. Like, why is this April 11th fake Direct, or at least fake leak, why is this the one that pushed everyone over the edge, and all of a sudden we can't stand the fact that anyone likes Nintendo Directs, and you should never be excited, and you should definitely never discuss it on your YouTube channel? It's very, very strange to me, and I can't really figure out why, other than the fact that this Gaming Intel place seems to have a track record of not being correct with a lot of their rumors and their leaks in the past. So I guess everyone just feels like you should have known better than to even trust or discuss this based on who Gaming Intel was and yada yada. And again, I'm not here to call out Gaming Intel, man. I don't really know who they are. I never heard of them until this, and I honestly don't care. I mean, if they leaked this and it wasn't true, it's the least of my worries. But obviously the situation it's created I find fascinating, which is why I'm discussing it. So don't take this as a call out to those guys. They're just guys doing what they do on the internet. Who cares? Just let them do what they're going to do. And so if I was going to share kind of my opinion on this whole situation happening and this big sort of hullabaloo that the internet's going through, you know, I know it's probably risky or not great for me to say, but I can only be honest with you guys here and tell you that I really don't see this as a big deal. I don't think it's a problem for people to be excited about Nintendo Directs or want Nintendo Directs, or to see a rumor about a Nintendo Direct and to then discuss it on their channel. I don't care who it's coming from. If a rumor or a leak about anything in the gaming industry or even the movie industry, whatever, a leak or a rumor about a Nintendo Direct or something in gaming, to me, qualifies as news. And there's a lot of people on the internet and on YouTube that talk about gaming news. I do that for a lot of my videos. I feel like I'm mostly news, but I do a lot of stuff that's just random thoughts and ideas and lists and stuff. But, you know, hey, I discuss news when it breaks in gaming and in the world of Nintendo, and so many other YouTubers do that right now as well. So, when news breaks about something people care about, i.e. a Nintendo Direct, I think it is totally fine and harmless to discuss that on your YouTube video. I don't care who it's coming from. It could be coming from the freaking Pope. It's like, why does the Pope know about Nintendo Directs? I don't know, but he talks about it, so I'm going to make a video about it. It's like, that's news, and people obviously want to watch that news. People like to discuss that news on their YouTube channel, and so why are we so worried about the fact that people are discussing these things when they come up as news? There's been a lot of strange pushback about the idea that it is risky or dangerous to talk about like a Nintendo Direct rumor or a leak, because people are just going to run wild with it, and it's going to just light the fire under the asses of all the crazy fanboys and fangirls that can't control themselves when it comes to Nintendo Directs. And I call total bullshit on that, because to me, if somebody makes a video, whether it's me or another friend of mine or YouTube creator, whoever, if they make a video about a rumor or a leak about a Nintendo Direct, literally the only thing they need to do, and I know people don't agree with this and they push back on it, but I'm going to push back on their pushing back. The only thing anyone really needs to do, you guys, is to say, hey, it's a rumor, it might not be true. I mean, just that one sentence to me is the clause that gets anyone out of any liability. Because if I make a video about a Nintendo Direct rumor and I'm like, hey guys, this is a rumor, I'm going to discuss it like it's true, but it might not be true, so just remember that. That is enough. That has stated everything that needs to be known about the story about a Nintendo Direct. And anyone who loses their mind and goes crazy and starts getting mad on Twitter when there is no Nintendo Direct and people start going crazy, to me, all of the obligation and the responsibility falls on the viewer. It's really simple to me. If I tell you a Nintendo Direct story is a rumor, but I'm going to discuss it anyway, even though it's a rumor and might not be true, I've put the power onto you. I've put the ball in your court. You are the ones who get to acknowledge, okay, it's a rumor. Now I'm going to hear Rob or any other YouTuber talk about it, and now I'm going to be like, okay, it's going to be what maybe happens or maybe doesn't happen, and it's up to me to go crazy on the internet and expect it 100% and take it as fact and get mad when it doesn't happen. That is all on the viewer, man. That's not on the person. Now, YouTubers can do this the wrong way, and YouTubers can try to sell things as fact when they know they really aren't. And that does go for the people who maybe put fake leaks and fake rumors out there. So there is a give and take here. You do have to do this the right way. There is an incorrect way to discuss a rumor or a leak about a Nintendo Direct or any topic. There absolutely is. But I'm going to be real with you guys. In the community I'm in, and the people that I follow, and my friends and other YouTubers that I watch, I can't think of one person that covers stories like Nintendo Direct rumors who doesn't do it the right way. I don't think anyone I know is doing it the wrong way. So when people freak out over Nintendo Direct rumor discussions, it's because they're not being responsible with the fact and the knowledge of it being a rumor that always could end up not being true. And I know this is controversial, and I know I'm going to get probably dislike bombed, and everyone's going to call me an idiot in the comments or whatever, but I don't care because this is truly how I feel. I just don't subscribe to this culture where everyone feels like they want to control everyone else's YouTube channel and how and why and what they do with their channel, how to operate their channel. It doesn't work with me in my world, and maybe it's because I'm not a full-time YouTuber, and because of that, I don't take this that seriously. I take it seriously enough to do it for fun. Every time I'm making a video, it's because I care about the topic, I care about gaming, I care about Nintendo, and I'm mostly just having fun, man. I love sitting here with this microphone in front of me and this camera on, just talking about whatever I'm talking about. Even this topic, it's enjoyable to me, and so I don't feel so immersed in this culture and in the YouTube world, or even gaming, to tell you the truth, that I have to get really defensive and act like a gatekeeper for all the right fundamentals and the wrong fundamentals of how to do these things. To me, it's like, dude, if you're going to make a video about a Nintendo Direct rumor, great, have fun. You should definitely let people know it's a rumor and might not be true, but as long as you do that, go crazy. I don't care what you do. You've done the one thing, you've checked the one box that I think needs to be checked to discuss this topic. And if the internet goes crazy over these things, it's because these people are not being responsible. It is all on that person. So, and I know I already went on a tirade about that, so I don't want to beat that dead horse anymore, but it's an important aspect to how I feel, and I just think that, right now, this situation about Nintendo Directs and this gaming intel leak and the fact that we haven't seen a Nintendo Direct, it's crazy. People are just going a little bit overboard here, and I think we can all calm down and just be like, aw shucks, another Nintendo Direct leak turned out to not be true. That's a shame. I really wanted a Nintendo Direct this week. Gaming intel really seems to be inaccurate, so we probably shouldn't trust them. Let's just move on. But instead of just moving on like normal adults, people are just going freaking ham-fisted at these guys and getting so mad about this whole Nintendo Direct situation. And it's funny because, you know what? I almost wonder if next week we'll actually end up getting a Nintendo Direct. And this is not me putting my own damn leak or rumor out in a video where I'm yelling about leaks and rumors. I'm just thinking, it does make so much sense for Nintendo to have one this month. And so what if there isn't one this week, but then one actually happens next week? A, I think that would be great because I want a Nintendo Direct, and B, it would be hilarious if that actually happened after this week of everyone just losing their minds over Nintendo Directs. Moral of the story, to kind of sum up this video about the Nintendo Direct problem, I don't really see that there is a Nintendo Direct problem. I think that Nintendo Directs are great, and they're awesome, and Nintendo does them sometimes, and we get excited for them when they're going to happen, including theorizing, predicting, and rumoring and leaking when the next Nintendo Direct is going to happen. It's only a thing that we see because Nintendo Directs are great, and we all want them. And Nintendo's a successful, popular company, and, you know, this is coming off of 4.5 years where they were the opposite with the Wii U years. And so I think we should just enjoy the fact that Nintendo's doing so well that people will go this crazy over Nintendo Directs. I think it's really harmless, at least from the creator standpoint. You know, people who make videos can't control how crazy people go about information. If you give them information, you got to trust that people take that information and do the right things with it. So if people can't handle the fact that a rumor might not be true, that's no one's fault but that person's. It's not really on people discussing it, you know. And yes, you could argue the fault can kind of come down on the people putting rumors and leaks out there, especially if they probably know they're not true. That's a different conversation that I didn't want to get into in this video, but there is some merit to that. I'm not going to pretend like there isn't, because there really is. So this gaming intel thing, I don't know what those guys are up to, but I just don't think it's worth anyone losing their minds over. It's not worth my time and energy any more than it took me to record this video. So anyway, I think that's what I had to say. Like I said, I'm expecting this to be an unpopular video. I'm expecting to get a lot of dislikes and just like, oh, you're terrible, what are you talking about? But, you know, I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is really something that I felt and something that I wanted to discuss, because this is a crazy scenario we've seen around this week's Nintendo Direct, man. Like, what are you going to do? Sometimes a Nintendo Direct doesn't happen. I guess we'll just have to wait till the next one. Shucks. Anyway, that's what I have to say about all this stuff, man. Discuss it below. Really curious to hear what people are going to say. Like I said, I expect some negativity, but I'm prepared for that. So, do you think this Nintendo Direct situation is a big deal? Do you think it's not? Is there a problem? Is there not? Whatever. Discuss it below. This video is a wrap. Thanks, of course, as always, for tuning in, guys. This is Rob of Ro2R, and I'll catch you next time on another video.